everyone, and welcome back to A Drill and a Dream. If you are new here, my name is Abby, and I am, with a lot of help from my friends and family, working on renovating a 150-year-old major fixer-upper house. So if you've been following along, the last few episodes we've mostly been upstairs working on the bedrooms, and we have a lot of fun and exciting things happening there with a new dormer coming in someday, hopefully sooner rather than later, and lots of exciting stuff. But in all the excitement, we have been kind of neglecting the downstairs. Well, we're mostly finished with the downstairs. By finished, obviously we're not finished, but we are ready for electric down here. But things and places are kind of piling up, so today I wanted to just do some cleaning. And if you saw the last video, you saw that I was using chalk to show all the places that there were going to be different storage and like different rooms, the bathroom upstairs and stuff like that. So that worked out really well, using chalk on the floors. So what I'm thinking is I want to clean up today down here, sweep the floors really well, and use chalk to show you guys where, well, the kitchen we've talked about before, but as you can see, we had this little cardboard cabinet situation going on, but it's totally like falling down and stuff. So I want to just use chalk to show the kitchen cabinets again in a clear way that will stay for a little bit until we do a lot of moving around on it and stuff. But it's always helpful to know where the cabinets are, and obviously that's not the best situation. But I also wanted to show you I did a lot of thinking and a lot of planning and working with my furnace tech and just trying to think things through. And I decided as of now where I want all the radiators to go. So if you recall, in a past video, I was able to purchase a bunch of old cast iron radiators for the new boiler. Right now we don't have anything in the house and we're going to be putting in a new boiler. And the radiators are going to radiate heat for us, which would be really nice to have right now, am I right? But anyway, so I talked with my furnace tech about where we kind of need to put them, but I want to show you where I decided and put the chalk on the floor so we know and we can really see it in a clear way. So that's the plan for today. Let's get started. So the nice thing about the cardboard was that like you could kind of see it in 3D, but the cardboard pieces that I have are so sketchy and falling all over and stuff. So the chalk will be helpful for now. The thing about like trying to clean up or stay tidy with a job like this is it's like you just can't. But I mean, it's helpful to just keep trying to do what you can do, you know, like, but all of these little boards, I don't want to like throw them away because sometimes they're used for little shims and stuff. Goodness knows this house is all wacky. And these little things, you know, have to be put behind boards or whatever to make things level and plumb and stuff. So mostly I just want to kind of pile things up, sweep what I can, at least so the chalk will stick and, you know, we can have a better idea for that. But I mean, it's good to have all of your wood in one place or whatever. But some stuff is garbage. So when I do videos like this, where I'm like cleaning or doing whatever by myself in the house, I definitely should have come prepared, and like I know there are so many there are so many questions that people have asked me, you know, and I try, because I don't always answer comments, you know, just with all the craziness of my life, I try to remember to like answer them in videos, but I should have come prepared with like a list of all the questions, you know, that people have asked me so I could try to answer them, but of course I did not. But if you have questions for me, feel free to put them in the comments. I will try to answer them in a video someday. Maybe I'll come more prepared and have a list of questions, because when I just try to think of them, of course I can't remember. I was so happy to come here yesterday and just like figure out the radiator situation, because it's definitely been weighing on my mind. Which radiator needs to go where, you know, because you really have to plan around all of these things. You have to plan, everything needs to be planned around everything. It's just so much to think about. It's absolutely insane. Also, naturally, here on mid-March, we're having a snowstorm. You can't see the snow that much, but it's blowing around. This is pretty standard for where I live. What can you do? So I want to know what the weather is like where you guys live. Any other March snowstormers? Or is it nice and spring? Or are you in the other hemisphere and it's fall? Fall, right? My Australian people, let me know what the temperature is like over there. So this room, I've got some chimney stuff going on. Obviously these are in the way, but this room's kind of a mess still. I spent some time at one point cleaning up my little tool area, and it's all just a heap again. So I definitely need to come back and do that, but I don't want to do it today because I don't want to run out of light for showing you guys the radiator situation. So this is the week of the time change. We sprang forward, and I'm absolutely loving the evenings of having more light. It has been amazing, but the mornings have been rough. So it's the third week of my new schedule where I am going to work at 6 o'clock in the morning, and I used to go at 8 o'clock. So I'm doing 4 10-hour days, which I absolutely love it, but it was a rough week so far. Because all of a sudden, so I used to wake up at like 7:30, and then I went to waking up at 5:30, and now it's like the equivalent of waking up at 4:30, and I'm like, oh my goodness, how am I ever going to survive? But I will. I know I'll get used to it. So I actually got used to the 5:30 pretty decently quickly. After like a week, I was pretty good. So I'm sure I'll be fine in a little bit, but this, the beginning of the week was like, oh my goodness, a zombie walking around, crazy. Okay, we're in piles. So I just want to go through the piles a little bit and see if I find any screws in there. I know at least on the one that me and Mom did, we dropped a lot of screws, doing the ceiling. So I definitely want to look and see if I find any screws in there before I just throw it away. Then we can do some of the fun stuff. I would just like to say a big thank you to Robert, if you're watching this, for this dustpan and broom that you gave me. I use it all the time. All the time. Okay, does it not look absolutely incredible in here? Like, I can't get over what a good sweep will do. And just having, like, there's still junk on the floor, you know, like scrap pieces of wood and tools and all sorts of stuff. But even just to have them all kind of in one place and have the floor emptied out just makes such a big difference. It's incredible. So now it is time. First, I want to start with the kitchen and just kind of get the cabinets on the floor, and then I'm going to show you all of the super fun places that I'm putting my cast iron radiators. Okay, I know that my kitchen layout is old news to some of you, but if you missed my kitchen design video that I recently put out, be sure to check it out. I will put a card up for it, and I'll put a link in the description below because you'll definitely want to see that so you can understand what I'm really laying out here, and you can see it in 3D and stuff. It's a lot more clear than this, but for now, I'm just going to kind of draw in where the cabinets are going to be. Going to do a couple 24-inch little lines. And as always, you know, this stuff may not be exact, but it's just to give us an idea what we're dealing with here. So the total distance of this row of cabinets is 132 inches. Okay, so I'm going to specify what we have here, which is going to be starting with a 30-inch cabinet. And then the 30-inch stove. And then two 36-inch cabinets. Okay, so two 36-inch cabinets, 30-inch stove, and a 30-inch cabinet. 6 inches. So I'm just going to kind of eyeball a straight line. Okay. I already have tape on the floor for this, so it is easier to draw. But this is going to be where the cabinet ends, give or take, depending on how straight I can make a line. And this is going to be our overhang of the peninsula for stools, etc. Matching up beautifully with this nice change color of the floor. Okay, so we can see the overhang and the actual counter, how all the beautiful cabinets are laying out. Got 15-inch drawers. Twenty-four inch dishwasher. 33-inch sink. And 27-inch cabinet. Amazing. I can see it so clearly. So I'm genuinely hoping that these videos are helpful for you and not super boring, and that you can really see what I'm doing, because for me it's very helpful to be able to see everything in the space. But the fun and exciting super buildy things are very subject to what is available to do and what I am personally able to do. So hopefully there'll be a lot more of that coming up soon. A lot of it is waiting on weather and the whole natural order of house building. So I'm hoping that we're gonna have some nice weather sometime, but I don't really see anything that amazing in the forecast. But if we get a few really nice days, maybe like 50 degrees or something like that would be ideal. With no rain in the forecast, that's when we're gonna be hopefully starting on the dormer. So excited. But until then, we're just puttering along with what we can do in the house before that step. Okay, so we're in the dining room. Kitchen, beautiful, right there. What we're doing in the dining room is a radiator on each side of this window, because the radiators are 24 inches high, and these particular radiators are 24 inches high, which would go a little bit above the windowsill, so I didn't want to put it in front of the window. So that's the plan for now, is putting 2 on each side. So these ones are 9 inches deep by 24 inches high by 37 inches long. So I'm going to draw that out here, but I'm going to put it 11, I said 9, yeah, 9 inches, so I'm going to put it 11 inches out, because we're going to have at least like 2 inches behind the radiator, between the radiator and the wall. Okay, so these are the really big boys. I think that overall these are the biggest ones I have. So I think this will be nice on both sides of the windows, because they're still kind of stuck in this little cranny because of this wall. But there's a little ways still before the overhang of the cabinet. So that'll be good. Probably, I would guess, I would have 3 chairs here on the counter, maybe 4, depending on how big they are. But I wouldn't want it to be, accidentally hitting the radiator all the time. So right here between the cabinets, I'm not gonna have any radiator here, because it's gonna be hitting the doors if I have it here, and or in front of the window. So I'm thinking that I'm gonna put just a baseboard heat right here, if my furnace tech thinks that it's necessary, just so there's a little bit of something here. That's the nice thing with a boiler, everyone says that the cast iron radiators are really top notch, making like a really nice warm house, but you can also add a baseboard heat in here or there if you want to, because it all is running off the same thing. It's just a different way to like get the heat out there. But here in this back hallway, I'm gonna have a really skinny one, so it's just 5 inches. So it's gonna come out 7 inches. What's this? It's gonna come out just to here-ish. But it's 51 inches long, so it's really long, and it's also 21 inches high, so it won't be going over this window at all. It'll be to here. Slim fit will be very nice. This whole area needs a new floor, but these grates are all broken and nasty. I'm not going to be using grates anyway because I'm doing a boiler now, but definitely not that one. Okay, so here we are in the living room. We haven't talked about the living room for quite a while, but just to remind you of my general plan for the living room is that there's going to be a hallway here that is going to go into the, you're going to turn and go into the bathroom. So the bathroom is going to be here. We need to make that still. It's going to be like an addition because what we had was a bad foundation. So we tore that out and we're going to remake it in the spring. So that is going to be the bathroom behind there, but you're going to get there from a hallway. And then over here is going to be a door to the laundry room, which is also a part of the addition. This space right here is going to be a nice clean wall. And my plan is to have have the TV here and stuff, and then have the couch, chairs, whatever on this wall mostly. So my thought was to have a radiator right here, just a small one. So I don't know about really how much I'm going to be able to write on this floor because it's kind of broken up, but this one's going to be a taller one, 29 inches high, so up to here, 27 inches wide, and 9 inches deep. So I'm just going to draw something here. But to give us a general idea, radiator. Okay, so the final radiator is downstairs. I'm not going to do the ones upstairs. I already talked to you about them in the last video. So there's going to be one in the hallway and one in the bathroom. But for down here, the final two radiators are going to go in front of these two windows. And honestly, it's basically going to take up like this entire wall. So each of the radiators are only 7 inches deep and 21 inches high. So they'll be below the windows, but they're each 46 inches long. So super long. And I'm just going to have them like right next to each other. So I'm basically going to just block off this whole space. It's 92 inches total. So I'm just going to do like 94 to give it a little space in between. So 7 inches radiator plus 2 inches behind makes 9 inches. Okay, so basically the whole length of these two windows are going to be radiators. So one thing that I actually like about that is, well, I mean, that space can't be used anyway, really, because it's mostly just walk space. Another thing that I don't know if I've mentioned to you guys or not is that I'm actually planning on moving this door over a little bit. Because of the way that this is, we can move the door over to like that corner. So my reasoning for wanting to do this is because it's going to give a little bit more space in the laundry room and the bathroom because we can move them over a little bit more. So it also makes kind of like a more of a straight entry versus being like more in the living room. So what would be nice is like when you're walking in, it'll be the radiators right there when you walk in. So, you know, if you're cold, warm yourself up. You can sit right on them and warm yourself up. That's what I do at my parents' house all the time. I come in and sit right on the radiators. Put your mittens on there or whatever to warm up. And that's really nice. But like I said, this is more of really a walkway space. Walking from there straight ahead to the coat closet if you walk in that door. It's just not something that is really that usable overall. So that's why I feel like it's really good space for radiators. It was really quite a challenge to find places, you know, that they're going to be out of the way because it's not like you can move them after and they're big things. I'm still like really excited for them. I like the look of them. From what I hear, they're the best at heating and stuff. You know, these really old things work well. But I just think they're cute. So I like them. Okay, I'm signing off. But I do have one question for you because it's something that's been rolling around in this little head of mine. Basically, this is the dining room. And there's the bay window behind you, which is, in my mind, it's like its own little space. I'll probably have either some like armchairs or like a bench in that area. But I don't really consider it to be like a part of the dining room necessarily. It's not like I'm planning on having the table go into the bay window area because, I don't know, it just seems like the table should end here in my mind. So my question for you is, from this space of where the cabinet ends to where the bay window starts to these two walls, it's actually pretty much a square dining room. So I had this crazy thought that I wonder if I would like to have a circular dining table. Like, and I can show you some pictures that I found, and I was like, you know, that's kind of really neat. Like, it looks really interesting. It's like not your typical dining table look. So it'd be like a big, you know, it's 11 foot by 11 foot approximately. So, you know, 6 feet wide in diameter, round table. Just a thought. I'm wondering what your thoughts are on that. I just feel like, you know, rectangle tables, everybody has that, or oval tables. Just thought it might be interesting. So something to ponder. Let me know in the comments below. So I am so glad that you joined me on this little cleaning and thinking adventure. Chalking. It gives me so much clarity to see it written on the floor, you know, where things are going to go. I really, really enjoy to have that there. And I hope that it brought some clarity to you guys as well. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I hope you'll tune in next time. And if you're new, please check out my Fixer Upper Journey playlist if you want to see all of the videos from day one. We have come so far. Somebody commented that they thought that I was like halfway through the renovation, and I have no idea if that's true. But I was like, oh wow, we have come a long way. We really have. So thanks for joining me on this journey, and I hope you will stay tuned as the really, really, really exciting things are about to start. I will see you guys next time. Side note, I cannot even believe that it's almost 7 o'clock and I'm here working at the house. Summer is coming. See you next time.